a woman of royalty. I am who I say I am. And today we're talking about, this is the Kicking Fear Out series. This is perfect for me because before we even got on the call, I was telling them that as a young girl, I used to have issues with speaking on platforms. And it was a Halloween, and I had to do a speech, and I was in 5th grade, and I had to do a speech in front of people. And I was like, I'm just going to tell my mother I'm sick. So I didn't go to school that day. Then I forgot it was Halloween. So I know I couldn't go trick-or-treating. So I didn't plan that out too well. But now we are, fast forward many years later, and I'm here, and I'm ready to speak to you ladies about building your brand and about facing your fears. And I'm going to share a little bit about me and give you some background on me. I was a young mother. I'll be 49 this year. And I had my first child at 16, my second child at 18. I went to college for accounting. I realized it wasn't for me. The guy that I was working for, I discontinued myself in school. And the guy that I was working for was a real estate guru. So I was like, okay, I'm interested in real estate. Let me see what this is about. So eventually I got my license. I worked 2 years part-time. I got married. I got divorced because of real estate. And a part of my fears were to leave my full-time job to pursue my dream full-time. That was one of my fears. So when I got my license actually, it's going on my 19th year, 19 years ago. And when I got my license, my ex-husband didn't really support it. He couldn't take me not working a 9 to 5. I don't get it, but he couldn't take that. So we divorced. I had 3 kids by that time, and I had 2 kids that went off to college. The fear that I had most was being a failure to my children, not having my children not being able to see their mother succeed, not being able to support them financially, not being able to take care of my kids. Over the years, I've had slumps, I've had trials, I had tribulations. I went from having plenty of money to having no money. My kids got to see their mother dig herself out of the biggest hole in the recession years of 2008. That is when I decided to build my brand. That was many years later. I've built my brand, but what I've always built my brand on, it has always been on being honest and true about anything I put my time into. I have given real estate 150%, and any one of my clients can attest to that. It is building your brand. It's about, it just shows who the core of the person you are. You never hear anyone saying anything negative. You won't hear anybody saying anything negative about me. I feel like that anything you ladies want to do, don't be afraid. If you're a single mom, if you reach a certain age, if you have, if you just don't feel like you have the support around you, don't feel rejected. Don't feel like you can't do it. You can do so much. You just don't know. Most of my life, I've been a single mom, and I've sent 2 kids to college. I've built a brand. I have a company. I have a staff. I pay payroll. I do everything that I've dreamed of doing. And I am living my life as if I pictured it. Things that you should ask yourself, and let me share this with you too. The one thing is not so much a fear, but it was more of something that I was afraid to do it, or afraid to be a failure at it, because I started real estate so long ago. One of the issues I had was building a brand on social media. I'm older, so I'm old school. So that was one of the roughest things I had to do. And it was a young lady, her name is Judy. She sells hair products. She mentioned, I was watching her page, and she mentioned that, why are people so afraid to market on social media? She's like, it's free marketing. I am a millionaire because of marketing on social media. I had to step up to the plate and start marketing on social media. I had to say, get out of my zone of being rejected or thinking I'm gonna say the wrong thing or something being people may comment something negative under my page or say something. I had to step out on faith and just believe in myself and say, what are your goals? I'm a goal writer. I write everything down. I'm old school, so I'm not just putting it in my phone. I get a pen and paper because I think I'm a firm believer that you remember stuff better when you write it on paper. I just had to connect with myself and just say, what is it that you want? I put it on paper and I've executed it. I've got my broker's license. I am accredited commercial real estate. I do residential. I'm a broker. I do anything I've dreamt of doing. I'm making sure that happens now. I'm leaving a legacy for my children. And I just want to encourage any one of you, if there's something that and reach out to me if you want to, if there's something that you feel like you don't necessarily know how to get over that hoop, always go to someone that is not so negative, someone that has more positive than negative things that can guide you in the right direction. Everybody out there is not meant to give you good, solid advice. But reach out to somebody that is there, that can support you, that can be that mentorship to you, to help you guide your business. I don't know if everybody on the call is trying to launch a business or what you're trying to do positive in your life, but you always have to have somebody to actually mentor you, or, everybody just can't get out of it. I've had mentorship. I've hired coach, life coach, business coach. I've hired it all to get me in. And sometimes when you start taking those courses or whatever, you start saying, okay, I could have thought of this. You start really realizing your strengths. You start really realizing that the things that you were fearing once is really a part of your mind. It's not something that you should have feared. So just to let you ladies know, to stay encouraged. You can do it, whatever it is you want to do. I have a SWOT analysis that I'm going to send through the Facebook chat, something that I just want you to fill out. And you can email it to me privately and let me just assess it for you. Just something so that you can see where your weakness is, or where you're weak at, or where you're strong at. Just assess it for you. And if you had any questions about just being a business owner or anything, I'll guide you in the right direction, or I'll help you with your plan. I just think that we need to be more of a support to each other. And if my story is so long, I don't know how much time we have. I think I only have like 15 minutes to actually talk, but my story is so long and so detailed. Anybody, if you knew what my life looked like in 2008 and where I am today, it is definitely a testimony. I have stepped out on faith many a times, and I have prayed many a times, and I've got myself out of some holes. And I had to realize I was my biggest setback. It wasn't anybody else. It was the things I thought of myself mentally. It was the things I was not doing to pursue my dreams that was holding me back. And so I have friends who like to say, well, my mother, I'm like, we're almost 50. We got to stop blaming certain people. We need to start taking accountability for our own downfalls. And I had to do that. And I had to look at myself, and I had to elect that I was going to change me. I was going to change how much I put into my business, how much I put into my brand, how much I put into my family. If I wanted change, I had to be a part of that change. I had to initiate the change. So a lot of times we do have our challenges because of society, but you also have to take advantage of certain things that you have in front of you. I am a very faithful person. And if it wasn't for God, I would not be in the position I am today. He is my savior. But sometimes he puts certain things in front of us and we don't take advantage of it. We just sit back and just think that everything is supposed to develop. So my question to you guys is, No one answered Sherilyn when she asked about the fears. What are some of your fears, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your work life? Is it, I want to start a business, or I want to do this and I'm afraid to do it? I'm not certain about myself. And I would like to just give some input on that. Anybody?
Hi, my name is Millie. I am new to the call, but I can't help but respond to you because I think what you're sharing is really pretty powerful. My fear, it's fear, is that, see, I am a 58-year-old woman that is single, without children and without a husband. I have, like you, a passion for women's issues and women's rights. And so I've always done that. I am a very accomplished woman. I have a PhD and all of that stuff. The key about it, that what I'm fearful about, is who listens to us? Like, after you reach a certain age, who's listening? And so for me, I have to always say that I have a voice and people will listen. But I've always maintained that after you reach a certain age, and especially if you don't have the family support and anyone around you, that then you are the invisible population. See, and I fight that every day. But I get up and I create it every day. But still, it's always there in the back of my mind. So thank you for letting me share.
Can I say something to you, Millie? Mm-hmm. So to me, just by hearing that, I would focus my attention on people that are in my age group that are struggling with some of the same fears, that you could be a mentorship together and you mentor each other together. I have a lady that's thinking about coming on my team. She's been a nurse all her life, but she is retiring and she wants to do real estate. Well, I'm much younger than her. She is 63 years old, and this is a career change for her. So to me, let me talk about this. And then I saw a young lady. She was 70 years old when she started working out. She's a personal trainer. She's 74 now. She trains people her age to work out. So sometimes I think you have to focus on, it is so hard to keep up with these young people on social media. They do so much to try to keep up with them. So we have to find our niche, our market, the people who are going to listen to us, the people who are going to be willing to be involved in some of the things that we're doing. So I think you just have to find the right person, the right niche for yourself. It's probably not going to be the 23-year-old person listening. It's going to be a more mature person that wants to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, thanks. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
This is Iris. I have a question. When you were speaking about building your brand, did you start from the real estate perspective, or did you start from sharing with other women about being a young mother and motherhood? Because I'm a mom and I have twins. So when you were starting to build your brand, which did you start from, the personal or the business?
I started actually from the business, but now that I look back, in my early years of real estate, my main focus was on single moms, teaching them because that you could be a homeowner by yourself. Don't wait on that person. Let's do home ownership now. So the very first business card I took, I didn't really have that much money, and my daughter took it in my game room at my house, and we just put it on a business card. I was actually branding the company I was working for. In real estate, the way we do branding is you brand your name. You take your name wherever you go. Because if I ever left this or if I ever left that, people are still going to know who DIONNE Randle is. So it is, you have to brand yourself. And also you have to be very careful of how you portray yourself. You have to portray yourself in a certain kind of way, especially on social media. Everybody has a camera everywhere. So you have to portray yourself the type of business or the type of clients that you want to receive. I have a guy on my team that he has, and I don't discriminate on anybody. He has tattoos, he has all this, but he's going to get a market, a niche that I will never be able to tap into.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a lot of business. So you have to decide when you brand yourself, what type of image or what type of people am I trying to attract to me?
Mm-hmm.
And if whatever you're doing, you just have to be able to attract that type of person. And for me, some of the stuff that people do on social media is just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, you have to, like, to me, fitness, if you're into fitness, I think you need to be your walking brand. You need to show fitness. I think if you're into makeup, I have a daughter, my youngest daughter's in esthetician school. Her face is flawless. My oldest daughter has a little issue, so she could never be that esthetician. I feel like you need to be your walking brand. The way you carry yourself, outside, inside, the type of person that you're trying to attract, you need to be that person. So you need to focus on people. You need to brand yourself the way you want people to see you, and you want to brand yourself on the type of business you're trying to attract.
Absolutely.
You agree?
Absolutely. My daughter's a stylist, and yeah, she looks amazing all the time. And my son's a chef, so he's always talking about food and creating this dessert and that menu and these herbs and this goes with this, and that's
Correct.
who they are.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
No one else has any fears. It could be something so small, and I think part of your fear is asking the question, say or admitting that you have one. Don't be fearful to say, yes, I have a fear. Let's talk about it. That's what the forum is here for. Anybody? Well, okay, I'm gonna share another fear with you. So talking about being camera shy. So every Christmas, because once a person buys a house to me, I stay connected. We do Father's Day raffles, we do Mother's Day raffles, the biggest thing I do, and I really enjoy doing this, is the 12 days of Christmas. So we count down 12 days all the way to Christmas Day, and I pull names and I give away. One year I gave away tickets to the Rockets and the, what's his name? The Aisha Curry, the game that they played.
Golden State.
Yeah, I give tickets like that. I give a plane trip. I'll give TVs. I give all of that away. And so for me, I have about 585 people in my database. So I like to stay connected to people just after the sale, just to say I'm still thinking about you and I still appreciate you. So for me, my first year when I decided to do that, it was like I was going to do live videos, but I was like, no, I'm going to mess up with my words every time. One year I did 95 takes just to pull one name. And I was like, okay, I got to pull that same name because I'm a very honest person. I was like, I pulled their name first. And I was like, but I keep stuttering. And then eventually I just said, let it flow. If I stutter, oh well, because it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to do everything right the first time. So you just go out there and you do it, face your fears, get it done. Just think about how fast, we're already 6 months into 2020. The next 6 months, praise God that it does not be like the first 6 months, but just think how fast these years are going. Don't put off what you want to do. Take care of it. Write down your plan, execute it. And I guess, do I have any questions, anything else that anybody wants to ask me about branding or about starting your own business or personal life, being a single mom, whatever you want to ask me, I'm here if you have any questions. And if not, I'm good. I put go ahead, Millie.
Yeah, with you, how did you fund your business when you started? Because I know in the real estate market, there are different ways to do that. And you were a single mom and all of that. Mm-hmm.
Well, Millie, when I first started, I was married and I had a full-time job. And so I think I was doing it part-time in the evenings. And I'm the type of person, I just do stuff. It's not so much like I have a girlfriend, everything in her life has to be perfect. She owns a fitness gym and she opened up in January, but she didn't do her grand opening because she didn't have her trademark. She did not have this. She did not have that. I'm not that person. I'm the person that I'm not going to miss any business. There's going to be some failures anyway during the process, but I'm going to make it happen right now. So what I did was I got that business card, that first business card that was taken in my game room. I branded that. Then I just started showing properties. I had to invest $1,100 for real estate school. I had to invest $375 for a real estate key. I had to invest another $50 for business cards. We really didn't have that much money left over, but I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so bad. I made it happen. And so I think it's more of the hunger.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to find a way to get things done if you're hungry.
Yeah. Okay. And that's where my go ahead. I just want to say that's where my thoughts are, and it's the hunger that I know I need right now in my life to get me to the next 6 months, where my goal is $100,000 this year, and I'm not there, and I know I'm not as far close as I want to be. And I know that hunger is going to get me there. So that's why I'm listening for every opportunity to do that, to be on my toes with it. Yeah.
Lily, send me an email and I'll send you something to help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have questions for me? Well, I just want to say my final thought. I'm happy and I'm grateful that I am who I am today. I am DIONNE Randle. I'm a broker associate. I am the team lead. And if anybody doesn't know what a team lead is, I'm a broker under a broker. And I have agents. I have 5 agents that work for me. And I'm team lead with RE/MAX Fine Properties. We sell properties, Houston metropolitan areas. I have an agent in Southeast, Southwest, Northeast, and Northwest. So we have agents everywhere, people who are there to help. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to contact me. My contact information is in the chat. So my cell phone number and my email address is in the chat. So if you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Adrian, I have.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I was just asking, what happened to your friend? You had to do this, she didn't do that. Did you encourage her in any way, or what happened with that?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you. My friend with the gym?
What she was saying about that she.
Oh, yeah. So
Did you try to encourage her to do that?
She doesn't do that. She's a scheduler, so she does that part-time. So what I did was, I'm the more vocal friend. Most of my other friends are the ones that are laid back, and they just wait for people to say certain things. We were in a group chat, and I just, I was like, what are you waiting on? It's not going to be perfect. She had the open house. There was still some flaws. You got to nail it. You got to go. You got to be so hungry for something that you got to go out and get it. So I did give her advice. I definitely gave her advice because it was something new for her. I've been an entrepreneur for 19 years this year.
Okay, that's all. Okay.
And like all of my
content, thank
you. You're welcome. Is in the chat. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out.
I'm going to reach out. Oh, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm looking for your information, but I don't see it.
I'll put it back there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
It was at the very top. I had it at the very top, but I'll put it in.
Thank you so much.
And I just want to say this, us as women, I think we need to be more of a support system to each other. And it's not a competition. It's not a competition. There's enough money out here for all of us to make. It's enough. We need to be more of a support system instead of looking at somebody and, oh, look at what she's doing. And I don't like to say the word hating, but, or jealous or having some resentment that you didn't do certain things that you want to do. We need to be a support system for each other. And if I can help anybody, I would love to do so. I think we're hard on each other about everything, about everything. We're hard on ourselves. About, we think sometimes we reach a certain age, we're too old to date. Oh, I got to just settle for this. Oh, I just settle for this job. I just settle for that. I'm not a settler. I don't do that. I am a go-getter. I get what I want. I'm a thinker. I execute everything that I want. So I encourage every one of you, and I challenge every one of you to live out your dreams, drop the fear, have faith, and move forward with your life.
I have one final question.
Yes,
Personal
ma'am.
development. Who do you listen to or read?
Oh, I've read so many books.
What's your favorites that you would recommend to all of us?
The
Your
Bible.
favorite.
The Bible. No,
Second to the Bible. Second to the Bible.
Awesome.
I read, so basically my readings are, people want me to be in a book club, but I'm not interested in a book club just to read about somebody's fiction life. I like Rich Dad, Poor Dad was like one of the first business books that I read that made a lot of sense to me. I read, for me, it's more of, I educate myself on what I'm involved in. Yes, that's it. I educate myself on the stuff I'm involved in. And the things that I'm involved in is real estate. So I read real estate books. So that probably wouldn't fit for everybody in this group. But for me, that's what fits for me. And I keep myself educated on real estate. Yay, she has a I was looking at my bookshelf over there. I was like, it's not up there. But I read. I'm not a TV person. Everybody's like, did you see Ozark? No, I don't really watch TV. My family is like, you want to go to the movies? No, I'll stay home. I am I just educate myself. I take a class all the time just to keep abreast of what's going on. I don't want to be my dad. Let me tell y'all this real quick story. And I know Sherilyn, I'm just talking.
Oh, you good. You good.
So my dad, this is what made me go to school to be an accountant. My dad died when I was 19 years old. And I was in college, undecided. I was just taking some courses. And I always wanted to be an attorney. And so when he died, nobody could take his business. He was a CPA. So I went into accounting because my dad was a CPA. But the things that I had to think about with myself, because like I told you guys, I'll be 49 this year. And I used to say stuff like this about social media. I'm not doing this. I didn't want to download Facebook when it first came out. I'm definitely not doing Instagram. Oh, Twitter. Oh. Now, what I haven't done is Snapchat. I'm not doing that one. I can't handle that one. But my dad was a CPA, and he was still handwriting everything. My dad used to have Safeway as an account. He used to have Walter Pies. I don't know if some of the more mature women in this group remember Walter Pies. He had all of the biggest brand companies as his client. Well,
awesome.
when computers came out, he didn't want to make that transition. So he fell off and he lost a lot of clients. I didn't want to be that person. So I had to stop being negative about myself, and I had to drop those fears. If you want your business to succeed, I had to say, look, I don't care how old I am. I'm about to hang with these young people a little bit, just a little bit. Can't do too much. I'm looking, and then you have to think about any business that you're in. You got to start. That's the people. Okay, wait a minute. I don't follow real estate agents, like just see like that. But I do look in different cities at what other people are doing. And I try to bring that here and try to mimic that here. So I do a little bit of that research, but I'm not following an agent per se. You will get your mind so wrapped up into what somebody else is doing that you lose focus on what you're trying to do. So, but what I did not want to do is be my dad and be stuck, because I don't want to be the old lady that's not trying to venture out and trying to bring new, because you get stuck. People get stuck in business and just like, oh, I've always done it this way. I'm not doing it any other way. You're going to lose and your business is going to plummet if you don't step up to the plate. You always have to read. You always have to stay doing what the trend is now. I have gotten so much business off of Facebook and Instagram. A lot. I haven't really mastered LinkedIn or Twitter yet, but I've gotten a lot of business off of that. you know, I used to always say, I work by referral only. I'm just doing referrals. I'm not marketing new people. If they come, they come. But I had to stop doing that. I have team members I have to think about. I have to bring them business too. So I had to step up my marketing game, and it's been very, very good. So I just challenge every last one of you to step out on faith. Step out on faith. Do what it is you want to do, but don't do it without a plan. You have to have a plan. Some people talk about plan A and B. I have plan A, and I stick to it. Plan A may get tweaked over time, but plan A is going to be the plan that I absolutely, absolutely dedicate myself to.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Write the vision and make it plain. That's the book I read.
Exactly. I agree. So,
Well,
I think it's Sherilyn.
yes, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing all those nuggets, and thank you for inspiring the ladies here to go out and just reach within, you know, with their brand. And I'm just so thankful and grateful you shared your story with us.
Thank you.
Truly appreciate you. Truly. And you stepping out on your fear, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's so awesome. Your story is amazing. Thank you. So guys, what I want each and every one of you to do, I want you to do one thing every day that scares you. Just one thing every day that scares you. Right now, we're getting ready to go into our affirmation. Here's some affirmations I'm getting ready to read out, but I want each and every one of you to open up your mic. We're getting ready to say some affirmations. But this Sunday that's coming up is Father's Day, so we won't be on this Sunday, but the following Sunday we will be on. And then after we do the affirmations, I have Miss Palmer to close us out. All righty, y'all ready? Are your mics open?
Ready.
You're ready.
Yes,
We're
I
yes.
am fearless. I am fearless.
I'm fearless.
I am full of energy and life.
I'm full of energy and life.
I am confident and capable at what I do.
I am confident and capable at what I do.
Capable of
I am-
what I do.
Awesome. I am grateful for my business is thriving.
I am
I am grateful that my business is thriving.
Yes, I choose to be comfortable in my own skin.
I
Choose to be comfortable in my own skin.
I accept myself for what I am.
I accept myself for what I am.
For what I am.
Yes, I am blessed with good health, right?
I am
I am blessed with
Good
good health.
health.
I am naturally confident.
I am naturally confident.
Nobody but me decides how I feel.
Nobody but me decides
how I
feel.
My mind is quiet and stress-free.
My
My
mind
is quiet and
Quiet and stress-free.
I am significant.
I am
significant.
I am a multimillionaire.
I am a multi-millionaire.
Millionaire.
I am remarkable.
I am remarkable.
Remarkable.
I am a womenaire.
I am remarkable.
I am a womenaire.
I am a woman.
I am beautiful inside out.
I am beautiful inside
out.
I am my own brand.
I am my own
brand.
I am
I'm
committed.
beautiful inside and
I
out.
am committed.
I am committed.
Yes, I am prosperous.
I am
prosperous.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am the
I
voice.
am
I
worthy.
am the voice.
I am the voice.
I am a leader.
I am a leader.
I am a
I am
leader.
a leader.
I am unstoppable, right?
I am
I am
unstoppable.
unstoppable.
I step up to myself.
I step up to myself.
I will believe and not doubt.
I will
I
believe.
I will
step up
believe
to
and
myself.
not
I
doubt.
will believe and not doubt.
I am a force for good.
I am a
being
I am
force
a
for
force
good.
for good.
I step up to new standards.
I am a
I step
force
up
for
to good.
good.
Yes, you do. I step up to greatness.
I
I step
step
up to
I
up
I
step
step
to
up
up
to
to
new
greatness.
greatness.
standards.
I step up to kicking fear out.
I
I
I
step
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 up
up
up to
to
Step up
kick
kicking
to
fear
kicking
out.
fear out.
I will win no matter what.
I will
I
I
will
win.
will
win
I
no
win
will
no
matter
win
what.
no
matter
No
matter
matter
what.
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 I am grateful for the body I have.
I am
I am
I'm
grateful for
grateful
the
grateful
for
for
the
the
body
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 I
I
I
have.
have.
The
have.
I
body I
have.
have.
I am not a 1 in a million kind of girl. I am a once in a lifetime kind of woman, right?
I'm not
I'm
a
a
one in a
once in a
million kind of
lifetime
girl.
kind of woman.
I'm a once in a lifetime type of woman.
So I just want to ask you one question before we get off, and Ms. Palmer, pray us out. Did any one of you do your homework from last
Uh-huh.
week? Did anybody do their homework from last week that was here last week? When fear comes up and how you use faith to overcome it? You can say yes or no in the chat
No,
or
I
my
didn't use them.
no one. So that's what
No.
we're gonna continue on for the next 2 weeks. I mean, until we come back again. So you just get your journals, and whenever you have fear that comes up, and then how you use faith to overcome it, and tell me about how you overcome it. I want you to write down your ideas that made you come, made you feel stress free and stuff like that, and have a clear goal to where you're going, so you can be hungry for your success. Hungry.
That's right.
Yes, I want to thank DIONNE Randles for sharing your story. Thank Iris Johnson Palmer for welcoming me on the call. And I want to thank all of you for showing up, because you could have been anywhere else, but you showed up here. So I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you for having me. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
all you guys, and I pray that all you guys meet your goals,
Yes.
step out on faith, and knock down those walls of fear.
Yes. 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 Thank you so much. You can take it over.
Thank
Iris
you.
Palmer.
All righty. Well, ladies, let's close our eyes and bow our heads for one moment of prayer as we go out. I want to say thank you to our amazing speaker this afternoon, Ms. DIONNE Randle. Thank you for being transparent and sharing your fear and all the success and all that you've gone through as a wife, a mother, and that we too can have those types of successes and go through and come through as well. Thank you for all the families, dear Lord, that are represented here on this call. Please protect them, guide them, lead them. All of those that are dealing with this COVID-19, protect them through this. And the
Yes.
visionaire, Miss Sherilyn King, thank you for her vision, her commitment to us. Thank you to her family, the King family, for allowing her to bless us. And we thank you for all the blessings that are yet to come as we knock out these fears that we've had that
Yes.
are false evidences that appear to be real. But we are more than a conqueror, because we are going to feel the fear and we're going to do it anyway.
Yes.
Because we know that fear and faith cannot exist at the same time. And we have faith. Ladies, we look forward to hearing you in 2 weeks as we come back together again. And I wish all of you all the best. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Glory. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.